Welcome back to the news at 10. Former presidential advisor Dr. Donyo Okukwe has been released from EFCC custody. Mr. Okukwe, who was released this evening, says he was granted administrative bail after spending 2 days in detention. He told Channels Television that he was handed a charge sheet which had 59 counts bordering on breach of trust and money laundering, allegations which are related to his activities when he served as a senior special assistant to the former president. Good luck, Jonathan. Now, residents of the Yamala community in Eleme, Rivers State, are still trying to come to terms with the alleged murder of 4 children by a young man before he took his own life. The late Pt.3 is reported to have quarrelled with his wife, Favor, before the unfortunate incident. The police are, however, taking a second look at the circumstances. Our correspondent, Emmanuel Ere, reports.
The ashes of an alleged crime scene, the murder of 4 children and arson, and the hanging rope of a suspected suicide, reportedly carried out by a 35-year-old man. Although the circumstances leading up to the incident is not clear, the grief is not lost on the wife of the late Pt.3. She wails uncontrollably. She refuses to show her face nor speak on camera, but will try to tell the story.
See my children dead. I cannot withstand this.
Patrick and Favor had lived together as husband and wife, but not without issues, as neighbors give more details.
Along the line, I saw that there was no peace between the wife and the man. So I've been talking to him to cool down. But when he left me on Sunday, I have to call him to come and do some repair in my house. When he left me on Sunday, I talked to him. You should mind what he's doing. So I didn't know that he had the mind to do evil that night.
There was a misunderstanding between the wife and the man. Before then, they've been having misunderstanding. And I don't know what transpired that particular early morning, 2 a.m. on Tuesday. So they had, after they had the quarrel, they involved in the little fight. After then, the wife ran away. So the man came back, killed the 4 children by giving them poison. The food he gave them to eat, the bread and the tea, he poisoned it. And after eating the food, the children died. After the final, the children are dead. 3 female and a male. He packed all the property in the house, put it on fire, went to the toilet and hung himself.
The police have since taken the bodies to the mortuary, but the state command is investigating further.
It's a case of murder. Unfortunately, the man who committed the act is also hanged himself, which means he has paid the ultimate price for his offense. But that is not the end of it. We still have to go further as agency of government, as security agency. We have to go beyond that for instance, by recording statement from witnesses who saw what happened or who were there, who had. So that with what they tell us, we can build on something. For instance, there was an insinuation that it could have been state manager or something else could have happened. But these are facts that we are going to investigate. At the end of the day, we will not really know what happened.
Although the community is calmer now after the alleged murder and suicide, but it remains a sad mystery for many. Emmanuel Ere, Channels Television News.
Very sad indeed and mysterious as well. Now, members of the Presidential Committee on Victim Support Fund Humanitarian Initiative have called on more Nigerians to be part of the initiative to bring succor to victims of insurgency in the Northeast. They were speaking when they paid a courtesy visit to Channels Television's headquarters here in Lagos. According to the group, the initiative runs a public-private partnership and has rebuilt schools, provided psychological support and facilitated foster programs for children orphaned by terrorism. They emphasized the need for more communities in the Northeast to be declared safe by security agencies to enable the initiative reach more victims.
not to work in areas that are not secured. You know, the army, the security have to secure communities for us to be able to go into these communities. As you are well aware, it's an asymmetric warfare and it's still going on. The Boko Haram attacks are still frequent sometimes, and this hinders the kind of work we do. So we can only go into communities that have been certified safe by the military authorities to be able to do the work that we do. At the moment, we are soliciting to the general public that to ensure the sustainability of the funds and the sustainability of the work we do, we need an injection of funds from the general public, from the generality of Nigerians.
And so far, I mean, I personally have gone to all the states where the Boko Haram insurgencies have happened. I've gone to Michika, Madakali local government in Adama. I've been to Bama, JTT, Daluri. I've been to Goza. I've been to Dambo. I've been to those Goza 3 minutes away from Sambisa Forest, and I was there in September this year when we went to flag off one of our projects. And like I said earlier, we don't go into the VSF doesn't go into communities that are not certified as safe by the Nigerian Army. And the good story is that there's no community in Borno, Yobe, and Adama where the VSF, where the Victim Support Fund has intervened, where there has been, recurrence of the insurgency activities. So what we do is to make sure, and going forward, we're not just looking for funding. We're trying to get Nigerians to take ownership of this challenge and make sure that, the problem of the Northeast terrorism issues are not seen as the problem of the North, and we in other parts of the country don't care about them. Going forward in 2019, we're looking to more Nigerians making inputs into our projects, which is why our accounts are mostly audited on an annual basis, and we're looking to the fact that we're going to use technology and innovation to drive, our fundraising measures in a way that the average Nigerian can donate as little as 10 naira, knowing that it will buy a mosquito net for a child somewhere in the north.
Let's take a look at some business news now. Here's Emana Amawe.
You First. First Bank.
Many thanks to Joma. Welcome to Business News. Barring any last-minute change, Nigeria's first gold refinery is set to be launched tomorrow, December the 13th, in Mowe, Ogun State. The launch of the new refinery, which follows its successful completion, comes after the federal government announced the issuance of an operating license to an indigenous mineral and commodities company, Kian Smith Limited, in October. According to the statement by the company, the refinery will add value to the country's economy, gold miners and traders, and also increase government revenue at a time of oil price volatility. The Minister of Mines and Steel Development, Mr. Bawa Buhari, who is expected at the launch, will be joined by the Ogun State Governor Ibikunle Amosu and other officials from the public and private sectors. Now, leading aviation, passenger and cargo handling company, SACO, has assured that the proceeds of its initial public offering will be used for expansion purposes to deliver value to investors. The executive management of the firm made the commitment during a briefing on the offer at the Nigerian Stock Exchange.
Very much.
Skyway Aviation Handling Company, SACO, currently has an IPO of over 406 million ordinary shares of 50 kobo each on offer at 4.65 naira kobo. The need to provide information to the exchange, traders and the investing public about the offer informed this session at the NSE.
SACO PSC offer for sale of 406,076,000 ordinary shares is the first initial public offer to be facilitated in the capital market in the last 4 years. This initiative is in line with the federal government privatization program in Nigeria, which is being spearheaded by the Bureau of Public Enterprises, BPE.
The SACO team highlights the objectives of the offer and explains the need to access capital as the reason for the offer.
We are at the Nigerian Stock Exchange today to present the fact behind the ongoing SACO offer and to solicit the support of all of you towards the success of the offer. As you all know, SACO is a leading company in the cargo ground handling segment of the aviation industry and positioned for growth. And we want all Nigerians to be part of the growth story, and that is why we are here today for your support.
SACO is run by a core investor known as CFAX Group. This IPO is in compliance with the 100% share sale of the federal government's divestment from the erstwhile Sky Power Aviation Handling Company.
No, the beauty about SACO is it has a lot of potentials and opportunity, and we have so many small business units we are developing, and I'm very sure that this one even encourage the core investor to do more.
SACO's IPO is the first in the last 4 years. An offer closes on Wednesday, December the 19th, with over 1.35 billion units of shares expected to be listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange.
Another local bourse, earlier losses were reversed as sell-off by short-term investors took a heavy toll on consumer goods and the insurance sector components. Let's join Tusi Additional for details.
Hello and welcome to the Stock Market Report. Investor sentiment tilted to negative territory at the close of midweek trading on the Nigerian Stock Exchange as a new round of profit-taking hit 4 major counters of the market. The impact of Wednesday's sell pressure knocked off 28 billion naira from the total value of listed equities and pulled the all-share index back by 0.24% from Tuesday's moderate recovery. However, investors' appetite for stocks increased slightly by over 30 million units from the previous session to berth at 246.13 million shares, led by the shares of Zenith Bank, FBN Holdings, and Access Bank. Mansard is top on the list of 20 losers, down by 10%, while chemicals and allied products led 23 other gainers, also up by 10%. That's the Stock Market Report. I'm Tosi Additional.
Meanwhile, it's a mostly positive close for major global stock market indices today, following optimism by investors that the United States and China are making progress on their trade talks. Here are the closing numbers for today's session. And that's Business News Tonight. Thank you for watching. I'm Emana Amawe. Ijoma.
You First. First Bank.
Thanks a lot, Emana. Still ahead on the news at 10, Nigeria's Super Sand Eagles emerge as first team to qualify for the 2019 Beach Soccer World Cup in Paraguay. That's on